the best lemon variety to grow in the UK is Eureka lemon. It's very similar to lemon lunario. They're both all season lemons, meaning you'll get fruits throughout the year if you look after them properly. The benefit of these varieties are that they flower throughout the year. So if you lose one set of flower in early spring, or for whatever reason, you'll always have chances to catch up. As you can see, this tree got medium-sized lemons. These will swell up a little bit more. However, these won't be the best lemons coming from this tree. We had the best harvest in November. This is an overwintered tree, and the fruits are all overwintered. So they had to go through the cold spell, and therefore you can see a little bit of yellowing on the leaves. Now, I haven't fertilized the tree at all throughout the winter. Citrus trees are evergreen, and they do require fertilizer at a minimum, like a really low dose. But if you over fertilize it, then the tree won't take up the nutrients, because the temperature is below 15 degrees Celsius. The tree simply can't take nutrients up, and the salt will build up in the soil, subsequently killing the roots, and then you'll have leaf drop, which will eventually kill the tree. See, the other most important thing is that to prune the citrus hard. When I say prune it hard, means you have to prune it really hard. This tree was cut back last year, and I'll show you where I cut it back. So this tree was cut back here, and all this foliage you see, it's a new growth. We had plenty of fruits last year. And these were grown in a protected area outside till November, and since the first frost it's been sitting in the greenhouse, an unheated greenhouse, with minimal watering. All I did was in November I gave it a half dose of slow release Osmocote fertilizer. It's a high nitrogen fertilizer. It's very gentle, and every time when you water it, you will get a minimal amount of feed, although it won't be taking up the nutrients. But when the temperature goes above 15 degrees in the greenhouse, you will have a little bit something for it to keep on going throughout the winter, and that will keep your tree healthy, and that's all you need to do. And I had 0 diebacks, and none of my citrus died or suffered. But I will show you the reason for using a special potting mix for citrus. The other most important factor, the most important thing, is to not bury your citrus trees. You will have to expose the feeder roots above the soil line. Every time you feed, make sure these roots are well above the soil line. And in the UK, it's not advisable to mulch your citrus, because we don't get the Californian heat over here, and citrus likes to feed around the soil surface, not deep below. So don't bury your citrus, because they will die or they won't do well. When it comes to potting mix, the most important thing is to select a high porosity potting mix, meaning when you water, the water just need to seep down straight away. But you will need to have ingredients like coco coir or sphagnum peat moss, perlite, vermiculite. Perlite will give good drainage. Vermiculite or cocoa or peat would hold the nutrients for the tree. Therefore, you would never overwater them, and it won't be sitting in water, which will eventually lead to root rot. So high porous or high porosity potting mix is really important. Multi-purpose compost, manure, these are not excellent potting media. They're good for garden borders and as a soil conditioners, but they're not good for container growing. If you pot them up in a multi-purpose compost, they will grow and they will flower through the summer. But if you leave them wet in winter, the chances are that your trees will die. So always use a high porosity medium, and I will do a citrus up potting video soon. Now I will take you outside. I have pruned all my citrus except this one, because we need to pick these fruits in a couple of weeks. They just need to... Sorry, my battery died earlier. As you can see, the rest of my citrus trees are sitting outdoors, simply because I want them to climatize to the outdoor conditions, and it's overcast for next few days, and then we'll get some sunny spell, so it's perfect.